Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of my Daily 2 Cents. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk about something I learned in 2018. It's one of the lessons that have really shaped the way I view relationships and the people that I get to meet on a day-to-day basis. It's all about understanding the four types of people we generally encounter in life and understanding this through a powerful matrix of the rich and powerful. Now let's break it down. You can see the quadrant that's currently being displayed, and on one axis we have the arrow, which stands for those who are rich, and on the other hand we have the which stands for those who are powerful. Let me explain this matrix a little bit and talk about the intersection that creates these four kinds of people. On the top right, we have R plus and P plus. These are basically people who are both wealthy and powerful and influential. They could be your high value mentors, they could be investors, they could be sponsors, they could be people who have resources and the abilities to move things and you desire so much. Now, for a lot of us, when we find those people, it's very easy to build relationships with them. A lot of times we try not to make them transactional, and that's amazing if you're doing that already. Let's talk about the second category of people, and that's on the top left, where we'll have the R minus and P plus. This category of people are influential, but they are not necessarily wealthy. They might not have enough money to throw around to invest in us, but they can mention your names in rooms that you would not have access to, and those doors that they open for you can create opportunities. Take note of those people and don't also underestimate their value or try to put them aside. But on the bottom right side, we have people who are wealthy, but they are not powerful or influential. They can help you to support your goals, they can help you to fund your dreams, but they might not have the power to get you into rooms where you do not have access to. Trust me, these people are still valuable and they are worth nurturing. But there's especially this last category of people whom a lot of times we tend not to pay so much attention to, and there are those in the bottom left with the R minus and the P plus. They are not wealthy and they are not powerful. Many persons started off like this, and you see, I need to talk a little bit more about these people because we do not need to write them off. These people, as you can see in this quadrant, can someday become rich and powerful and move over to the top right corner of this quadrant. Now, the key lesson from this is every person, every quadrant has value, and so you need to be very conscious of where people fall, but ensure that you do your best to both serve, learn, and grow with them. This has been really instrumental in helping me shape my mindset and my thoughts. But you see, something we fail to realize a lot of times is understanding that as we go in life, everybody grows. A lot of times people get to use the quote, your network is your net worth. But they fail to realize that your network is not just about the things you can gain, but also it's about you nurturing your network. And so, regardless of where people are in your network, regardless of where they are in that quadrant of value, you need to be able to nurture that relationship. It reminds me of the African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. So it's a lesson to be intentional and pour ourselves into others. Respect every single person in this quadrant of life, because remember, seasons can change, and when seasons change, people can move from one point to another. Even those who we view as very rich and powerful now and respect a whole lot and pay so much attention to might lose all of those and go over to the bottom left corner of the quadrant. Now, here are 3 ways that you can nurture a meaningful future-proof network, and it basically has to do with you showing up consistently, reaching out to these people, checking up on them, supporting them, celebrating their wins, and not just being there only when you need something from them. Show that you are a valuable person to them. Another way that you can maintain the relationships with this different set of people is by adding value to their lives even before they ask. You know somebody who's currently not rich and not powerful, why not introduce them to somebody who you know can support them? You could probably share an article, a resource, share opportunities with them, leave a kind comment with them, even though maybe they might not be at the same level as you are. And finally, it's a lesson for you to stay humble and always curious. Always remember that you don't always have to be the smartest in the room or you have to be the richest in the room. At what point you are, keep learning and growing. Reminds me of William Feather's quote, which says, success in life is largely a matter of hanging on after others have let go. So keep hanging on. So here's the challenge after watching this video today. I need you to sit and map out your current network using these quadrants. Try to analyze who is where and how you can intentionally nurture those relationships without any hidden agendas. Let me know if you think this framework is going to be useful to you or if you have any thoughts on it. See you in the next episode of My 2 Cents.